There was talk about, whether Rampage's power was exaggerated or not. Now that you tasted it, how was Rampage's power?
I thought he had great power.
Comparable to previous opponents you faced?
Yeah. He punched very hard. I don't know. That was good.
To open the fight, you had this sort of like a crouching stance, similar to what wrestlers do sometimes on the mat at the beginning of a match. What inspired you to begin the match that way, just to confuse Rampage?
Yeah, I had a lot of different ideas of things that I wanted to do, and I figured that he would be his most powerful in the beginning of the fight. And I know that you can't punch a downed opponent, so I tried to keep my hand down, and I figured he wouldn't be able to generate too much power at such a low target. Sort of most athletes wouldn't practice aiming so low. So I just tried that, and I was going to try to go for a fake type of shot where you fake one way and shoot at the other leg. And it didn't work too well, but it was worth a shot.
With all the banter back and forth and Rampage never having been finished and you saying that you wanted to win by submission, how satisfying was that for you to actually be able to finish him in the way you did?
It was great, man. It was really fun, and there's you gotta believe that you can do things before you can do it, and I just had belief, and I was just trying to be a testament to people and to athletes and kids that you gotta set your mind to goals, and that's the only way you can achieve them.
And John, how did you feel about the crowd in terms of how they were, toward you? Because it's interesting, there's sometimes some boos in there mixed in. I'm just curious how you felt about your reception here tonight.
It's just sports, I said it before, some people like the Colts, some people like the Patriots, so you're going to have some people that like you, some people just don't.
All right. Dana and I like the Patriots. It's a good team.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually a Ravens fan.
Of course.
Were you trying to play mind games with Rampage at some points? Like at the end of the third round, you dumped him over your head and stuff like that?
No. I was just trying to finish the round strong, and show that I had a lot of energy left. So I shot in, and the bell rung. So instead of falling down or looking tired, you gotta never show signs of weakness and just finish strong. So that's what we do when we run our hill sprints and everything. And the last round is supposed to be our best round. So you start in on a shot. The bell rings or whatever, you just finish strong. Kind of the same similarity to like the NFL. The guy fair catches it, but the guys run up to him anyways, just to show that they were in position. That was the ideal. I definitely wanted to finish the fight. It was a goal of mine. Basically, our strategy was to just fight long and to make each shot count. Use a lot of the low kicks to set up higher kicks and. Shoot straight. Rampage has knocked out some of the best in the sport, but he tends to knock them out when they're swinging hooks, and he has that shell defense. So we figured if we shot straight, our chances of landing things would be more successful. So that's why I did a lot of up kicks and a lot of straight punches because he does the best when he's rolling off of hooks.
It looked like you gave Quinton a little kiss on the cheek at the end there, and does that kind of put the end to the bad blood and the beef you guys had?
Yeah, I told Quinton that I admire him so much and that I respect him so much. I tried to play it off like, it was, these two lions, and it was two lions. But the truth is, I look up to him a lot. I've been watching him for a long time, and that first press conference me and him had, he kind of killed me. He was making all the jokes, and I was just like, I didn't know what to do. I was kind of sitting across from somebody I really looked up to. Then I realized and evaluated that situation and realized that I didn't want to be a victim again, and I would talk back. That's why I did so much talking this training camp. So yeah, I kissed him on the cheek and I just told him dude, basically I was like, I love you, dude. You're awesome and such an honor to fight you, and I'm just so glad it's over. And he was like, yeah, man, you're gonna go on and be great. And he's like, just humble yourself more and learn how to be better. And I was like, yeah, thank you for the advice. And I kind of apologized if I said anything that really hit home. And it was a good talk. So it was just 100% respect from each other. I'm sure we'll be cool from now on every time we see each other. He definitely handed the torch over. He gave me a lot of respect. He admitted to the crowd that he felt the best he's ever felt. And he definitely was blessing me with his blessings. He said, we're both children of God, and make sure that you do right with being the champ. And I told him that I would. So it was cool. It was so much respect.
Sorry I'm late, guys. I had to take a shower because Jones put some funk on me.
I had an Old Spice, Rampage.
Question for John Jones. Hey, John, when you had your walkout song, you looked like you were having a really great time. Was that part of your strategy, coming in light, dancing, throwing your hat up to the fans, and you were slapping 5? Can you talk about the entrance?
I'm really trying to teach myself to feel as if I belong there and not to feel nervous, and try to feel as if the crowd's there for me and to use the energy that I get from the crowd. So, it's all a psychology thing for myself, just to be happy and really live in the moment and, not think too much, but just live and just be. And that's what I was doing.
I actually had a conversation with Steven Seagal before the fights tonight. I caught up with him. He said he was planning to go into your locker room and have a few words with you. We know how he is with Anderson and Lyoto. I'm curious if he said anything to you, what that was.
Yeah, he called me a few days before the fight and just told me that he felt as if I was going to win the fight and that he saw a lot in my skill set and he thought that he could help. And he was wondering if he could come and talk to me backstage before the fight and just kind of give me some words of encouragement. And I think that would be a good idea. My training staff works very hard on me, and I'm their prodigy. And I want to disrespect them by welcoming someone else's master into our room, into our house, to our family.
Gotcha.
Can you talk about how this fight might help you develop as a fighter? I mean, sometimes we forget that you are young, that you haven't had quite as many fights as some others. You went to the 4th round with Rampage tonight. You were successful. I think everybody thought you won each round, but he did have his moments. Can you talk about what this fight will do for you moving forward?
Yeah, it just teaches me a lot about my skill set and about things I need to work on. There's a lot of times where Rampage swung at me, and instead of defending technically, I kind of ran like a little girl, like turned my back. And
You sure was running.
I did. It worked. So I need to work on my slipping and evading and comfort in the pocket. The Rampage hit so hard, man. I didn't want to try to defend technically. I just got out of the way like a smart man would.
One last question for you, John. You talked about how your teammates said that he was kind of fading and that the 4th round was the round to go after him. Did you sense that as well? When did you kind of know that you had him on the ropes, so to speak?
Each round things were starting to slow down for both of us. We were both starting to reach fatigue. We were both starting to weigh in each other. And I just felt the takedown. After the takedown, his explosiveness didn't feel very, very strong. I felt like he was just like, darn it, I'm against the cage and I'm down. And I knew it was going to be hard to fight out of that position. I knew that position. I knew it would have took a lot of energy from him to try to get out of that. And I felt it. I felt that the moment was coming where anything devastating would have been a major blow to an effort to come back. And I just took it.
This was such an emotionally charged fight, and we're used to seeing you, with long, eloquent, emotional answers, and you just seem very relaxed at this point in time. And what is your mindset? Can you help us understand your mindset or your emotions right now? This would seem to be one of the biggest wins of your career, and you're just kind of laid back up there.
Yeah, like I said, man, my feet are hurting right now. They're both pretty sore, and me and Rampage did a lot of talking, and I'm just glad it's over, really. I'm just doing my job right now.
That's 2 big wins in Colorado for you. Also the Vera win last year. Do you like it here, and do you notice anything different about fighting at altitude?
No, I do like it here. I train in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I'm not sure. Is Albuquerque higher or not? Because it's
the same.
Is it the same? Some people say it's higher. But yeah, it felt great, man. My cardio held strong. I was backstage watching a lot of guys get tired, so it was good to see that just simple, hard-nosed Albuquerque training can have me prepared for Denver. So it was great. I had a good time.
I got a question. Jones, what the hell was you doing in the beginning of the first round? I thought you were finna come suck my toes or something. What the hell was that?
Hey man, I was kind of scared. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, no, I'm joking. I didn't want to get hit with one of your bombs, man. I know you hit hard, so I was like, let me stay low.
Man,
it was kind of like James Toney versus Randy Couture. How Randy just shot in low.
Man.
Like, this is our James Toney. I'm not about to get left hooked.
What the hell is this kid doing? Man, I tried to knock his head off.
But speaking of funk, I thought I could smell your feet, and I was like,
you better watch out for that left foot. That one got fungus on there. I don't know where it came came
I was
from.
like, do not hit me with that gangrene.
Hey, were you surprised by my wrestling though?
It wasn't bad. I shot one shot and you stuffed me nice. I was like, ooh.
That's what she said.
That's not. No comment. No comment.
I don't see anybody that can beat Jones, honestly. But
Thanks, man.
Rashad say he got his number though. That's what he say. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing that fight now.
I will say this about Rashad. He does not have my number. He's not even close to having my number. Me and Rashad, we sparred a few times, and every time we sparred, I know what could have happened. He talks about one day at practice where he held me down, and he lives that day in his head every day. So we'll see.